I'm going to say one thing. F Trump.
Yeah, he's so stupid. He's so blatantly stupid. He's a punk. He's a dog. He's a pig. He's a con, a bullshit artist, a mutt who doesn't know what he's talking about, doesn't do his homework, doesn't care, thinks he's gaming society, doesn't pay his taxes. He's an idiot. Colin Powell said it best. He's a national disaster. He's an embarrassment to this country. It makes me so angry.
Okay, that's one way to start. And in true De Niro fashion, he didn't whisper it backstage. He dropped it live on a mic in front of an entire crowd who roared like it was opening night at the Oscars. But here's the thing. He didn't stop there, because when De Niro goes off on Trump, it's not just one insult. It's a full performance. He starts with punk, and before you know it, we're in Shakespearean villain territory. Let's just say, if Trump ever needed a character reference, De Niro's not the guy.
He's so stupid. Look at the lame, inane things that he said. He's so stupid, he can't even say anything clever or smooth. He's a moron. But he's a scary one. And in all seriousness, and we know it here, people have to get out and vote and vote and vote and vote. Yeah.
So yeah, not subtle, but let's be honest. How many people have ever dared to say all that uncensored on stage? Was that savage or just overdue? Would you want De Niro in your corner if Trump came after you? And if you think this was just a celebrity rant, think again. Because what De Niro does next, he flips the script from insult to indictment. And suddenly, we're not laughing. We're listening.
Talks how he wants to punch people in the face. Well, I'd like to punch him in the face. This is somebody that we want for president? I don't think so. What I care about is the direction of this country. And what I'm very, very worried about is that it might go in the wrong direction with someone like Donald Trump.
Yeah, he actually said it. I'd like to punch him in the face. Not as a joke, not as a meme, as a citizen genuinely worried about where the country is going. And honestly, that tells you everything. Because De Niro's not just angry, he's scared. Scared that we're handing the steering wheel to someone who thinks rage is a leadership style.
I'm going to say one thing. Fuck Trump. It's no longer down with Trump, it's fuck Trump.
I hate bullies, thugs who use their strength to push other people around. They think they can achieve power and hang on to it by intimidating others. Sadly, sometimes it works, but most of the time it doesn't. And now we have Trump. He's all that, about intimidation, retribution. He's going to prosecute. He's going to send you to jail for having an abortion. He's going to take your Medicare and Social Security away. He's going to deport you. He's going to send the military after you if you defy him. You know who this shit works on? The MAGA politicians who are afraid of losing their power. They're so afraid of him, he's got them kissing his ass. And now they're trying to intimidate us. We will not allow that. Not even for a minute. Not even for a second. We need to show them.
This wasn't a movie line. It was a manifesto. You could hear the room shift. 1 second, they're laughing. The next, they're locking in. Because De Niro wasn't playing anymore. He called out Trump's playbook. Intimidate, punish, control, jail for abortions, cuts to Medicare, military force against dissent. And the worst part? Half of Congress is still too scared to speak up. Is De Niro exaggerating or just saying what no one else dares? Let us know below.
So he's a sociopathic, psychopathic, malignant narcissist. He is a dangerous person. And we have to people realize, a lot of people, this audience, but the people who somehow think he's going to be the answer to their prayers, whatever those are.
Did you know
God
him
knows.
That's not a hot take. That's a psychological profile delivered like a closing argument. And the scariest part? He wasn't joking. He said dangerous like he meant it, not politically, but personally. This wasn't, I disagree with his policies. It was, this man should not be anywhere near power. Ever. What do you think? Do you hear warning bells or just another celebrity rant?
I don't know whether this is actually possible in reality, but where I can handcuff him and take him away in an orange jumpsuit. That would be... That's what I said right after he was elected. Give him a chance. I give everybody the benefit of the doubt. This guy has proven himself to be a total loser.
You heard that, right? Orange jumpsuit. That wasn't a metaphor. It was a visual, a full scene. De Niro didn't just want Trump out of office. He wanted him walked out in cuffs, like the ending of a courtroom drama where the bad guy finally gets what's coming. And here's the kicker. He wasn't always like that. He says it himself. I gave him the benefit of the doubt, which is wild when you think about it, because that means even De Niro, a guy who's played mob bosses, snipers, and demons, was willing to wait and see if Trump might actually do something decent. Spoiler, he didn't. So now the patience is gone. The filters are off. And the next time someone says, total loser, it won't be a tweet. It'll be an arrest report. Still with me? Because De Niro's done giving chances, and he's not the only one.
This guy should not be president, period.
And when you say that, folks on Fox come after you. I remember the Tonys when you got up there and cursed. A lot of criticism of you that way.
Let me say something.
Why do you choose to go that way?
We are at a moment in our life, in this country, where this guy is like a gangster. He's come along and he's said things, done things we say over and over again. This is terrible. We're in a terrible situation. We're in a terrible situation. And this guy just keeps going on and on and on without being stopped.
That wasn't a hot take. That was a sigh. Like a man who's watched this circus roll past for years and still can't believe it's getting louder. This guy should not be president, period. But somehow, here we are. The outrage doesn't hit like it used to because De Niro's not shouting anymore. He's tired. Tired of saying the obvious. Tired of repeating the warnings while everyone pretends it's just another political cycle. At some point, yelling, "We're in a terrible situation," over and over stops being alarmist and starts being a damn diagnosis.
You must have
He
crossed...
was an idiot. He was a clown. He was a clown in New York. And New Yorkers said, some would go with him, of course, people who work in what he does, some of them. But it's just, he's a classic bully. If you had a schoolyard and he walked in and he had his bully friends around, the other people decide whether they want to oppose him or they want to let him just tell them what to do and own the schoolyard or the basketball court or whatever it is. He's got to be stopped.
Let's pause there. Because De Niro just described Trump like he's still running around a playground with his entourage, daring anyone to say no. Not a political leader. A schoolyard tyrant with daddy's money and a megaphone. And the scary part? That same playground act somehow made it all the way to Washington. The insults didn't evolve. The tactics didn't change. He just swapped recess for the resolute desk. And the referees, half of them joined his team. You feel that too? That quiet realization that this wasn't just some phase we outgrew, it became the norm. And De Niro's not warning us for the drama. He's warning us because the schoolyard bully got the keys to the whole damn building.
Democracy is great, of course, but democracy people take for granted. It's a word that some people don't even understand. They take it for granted. It's about right and wrong, period. The guy's a monster. It's beyond wrong. It's almost like he wants to do the most horrible things that he can think of in order to get a rise out of us. I don't know what it is, but he's been doing it, and it's scary. Figuratively, when I say punch him in the face, go at him. A bully, you punch in the face. The trouble with Trump is he's not just a bully, he's a stupid bully.
Let that sink in. De Niro just walked from democracy to punch him in the face without blinking. And somehow, it made sense. Because when the system stops working, when truth gets drowned in slogans, sometimes the only response left is blunt honesty. He's a stupid bully. That's not just name-calling. That's a veteran actor diagnosing the role Trump never stopped playing. Not the hero, not the underdog. just the loud, reckless antagonist who turns every scene into chaos and then blames the director. And yeah, he's been doing it, over and over. Some of us are still waiting for the punchline. De Niro's already swinging.
I don't think they understand how dangerous it will be if he ever, God forbid, becomes president. I don't think they really understand. And historically, from what I see, even in Nazi Germany, they had it with Hitler. They don't take him serious. He looks like a clown, acts like a clown. Mussolini, same thing. These guys, I don't know why, they look like clowns. They somehow, people, that element of society identifies in some ways with them, but it would be chaos beyond our imagination.
When De Niro starts referencing Hitler and Mussolini in the same breath as Trump, it's not for shock value. It's pattern recognition. History didn't start with Twitter, and authoritarianism rarely shows up wearing a name tag. It usually starts with someone who looks like a clown, talks like a showman, and gets dismissed as a joke until it's too late. You feel that chill in the room? That's what happens when the warning sounds way too familiar. And De Niro, he's not trying to scare us. He's trying to wake us up before the chaos stops being theoretical.
He's a fake president. Well, he calls everything fake because he knows he's fake. So he's projecting.
He's projecting all the time, yeah. Accuse them of the thing that you know that you did.
That somewhere deep down, I don't want to get all psychological.
That's not a conspiracy theory. That's Psychology 101. Call the media fake, the elections fake, the justice system fake, because deep down, you know exactly what's fake and who it is. Projection isn't just a defense mechanism. With Trump, it's a campaign strategy. De Niro didn't need to psychoanalyze him. He just had to hit play. And when a guy who made a career out of pretending tells you someone else is faking it, maybe it's worth listening.
He's more than that to me. He's sick. He is really, genuinely a sick person that somehow has been allowed into our system. And I'm not calling him, I'm tired of calling him names. He just can't be anywhere near the office of the presidency. It's funny, I was just thinking that he actually became president. He could have done good things. Instead, he had to do it all wrong. He's so, as we all know, so narcissistic and self-centered.
Forget the insults. This wasn't De Niro roasting. This was De Niro diagnosing. A man so pathologically self-obsessed, he got handed the keys to history and burned the map out of spite. He didn't just fail, he wasted a once-in-a-lifetime shot because helping others doesn't fit in the mirror.
It was like a joke. This buffoon running for president. No, never could happen. We'd forgotten the lessons of history that showed us other clowns who weren't taken seriously until they became vicious dictators. With Trump, we have a second chance. And no one is laughing now. This is the time to stop him.
And that's the gut punch, isn't it? He wasn't supposed to win. He was the punchline. The walking ratings gimmick. But history's got a nasty habit of turning clowns into chaos. And De Niro's message? We missed the warning once. We don't get to miss it again.
Do you really worry that if he were to win again, and I'm not saying this like it's such a far-fetched notion, if he were to win again, that he would not give up power?
You know he won't. You know he won't. He even said it. He's never going to give it up. And anybody who deludes themselves in thinking that he is, shame on you.
You have compared the Trump family to a gangster family, which is something coming from you. What do you mean?
They are. Well, because he thinks he's a gangster. He does everything like a gangster. I don't think that gangsters in that world would think much of him, because there's honor among thieves. There's honor in anything. If you don't keep your word and do the right thing with people, no matter what profession you're in, you are going to get ostracized. And in that world, it's a little harder. Where we couldn't believe that it happened. The guy is a total monster. And anybody, I don't understand it. I guess they get behind that kind of logic. They want to fuck with people, screw them, because they're unhappy about something. He's such a mean, nasty, hateful person. I never play him as an actor, because I can't see any good in him.
This wasn't political anymore. This was personal. De Niro's not ranting, he's grieving. Grieving the idea that a man so addicted to control, so allergic to honor, could be embraced like some kind of patriotic anti-hero. He's not just saying Trump won't give up power. He's saying Trump never believed in sharing it in the first place. And the worst part? De Niro's not shocked by Trump. He's shocked by us, by the silence, the complicity, the millions who saw the fire coming and brought marshmallows.
The bottom line is, it's Biden versus Trump. We want to live in a world that we want to live in and enjoy living in, or live in a nightmare. Vote for Trump and you'll get the nightmare. Vote for Biden and we'll be back to normalcy. But I gotta say, there is a difference. He's a criminal. Kamala Harris is not a criminal. Joe Biden is not part of a crime family. And he knows that, and I'm sure a lot of people with him know that, especially the Republicans that are supposed to defend this country and oppose him.
Forget party lines. This was a reality check. De Niro laid it out with zero Hollywood fluff. You want chaos? You know where to go. You want something that even resembles stability? Then you vote like you've seen how this movie ends. He didn't say Biden was perfect. He said Biden wasn't on trial. And when the choice is between decency and disaster, you don't need a campaign ad. You need a conscience. Because if even the Republicans who swore to defend this country are still hiding behind tweets and tax cuts, then maybe De Niro's not the one we should be questioning.
Do you think he pretends to be dumber than he is to confuse people and make them think? No, you think he's
no. I don't think so.
Why do you think? I'm curious why you would guess that there's a big group of people in this country who believe that he cares about them.
I am totally dumbfounded, baffled by that. I can't understand it, and it's a thing that we've seen over decades and decades, and he's a what's it, Tammy Faye and the other one.
Yes.
It's the same thing, give us your money, we're going to save you. Yeah, televangelist.
Yeah.
It's just the same thing, and it's so obvious, I just don't understand.
Even Kimmel had to ask, is he just pretending to be this clueless? And De Niro didn't hesitate. Nope, that's just who he is. There's something brutal about that clarity, because it means we're not being manipulated by a genius with a master plan. We're being steamrolled by a walking impulse with a Wi-Fi connection, and De Niro nails it. This isn't politics. It's televangelism with a spray tan. Same grift, same pitch, and just enough followers willing to send in their votes like it's a donation to a miracle.
It's much worse now than it was with Nixon. He's a Boy Scout compared to Trump.
We also heard from Trump saying that anybody who opposes him is the enemy within. That's the language he uses.
When I say the enemy from within, the other side goes crazy, becomes a sound. Oh, how can he say? No, they've done very bad things to this country. They are indeed the enemy from within. But this is who we're fighting.
He's talking about himself. The enemy within. He is the enemy within. He's projecting everything he says. It gets back to intimidation. That's the key. Intimidation.
Nixon was bad, but according to De Niro, Trump made him look like a rule-abiding Eagle Scout. And when Trump says enemy from within, De Niro doesn't flinch. He's talking about himself. That's not theater. That's diagnosis. He turns projection into policy, division into strategy, and intimidation into a brand. It's not about disagreement anymore. It's about fear. And the moment we stop calling that out, we're no longer disagreeing. We're enabling.
In my country, we're fighting like hell for the democracy we once took for granted. And that affects all of us. That affects all of us here because the arts are democratic. Art is inclusive. It brings people together. Like tonight, art looks for truth. Art embraces diversity. And that's why art is a threat. That's why we are a threat to autocrats and fascists. America's Philistine president has had himself appointed head of one of our premier cultural institutions. He has cut funding and support to the arts, humanities, and education. And now he has announced a 100% tariff on films produced outside the U.S. Let that sink in for a minute. You can't put a price on creativity, but apparently you can put a tariff on it. Of course, this is unacceptable. All these attacks are unacceptable. And this isn't just an American problem, it's a global one. Unlike a film, we can't just sit back and watch. We have to act, and we have to act now. Without violence, but with great passion and determination. It's time for everyone who cares about liberty to organize, to protest, and when there are elections, of course, to vote.
That wasn't a speech. It was a siren, and if you didn't hear it, rewind. De Niro just gave us the entire roadmap. The arts are democratic. The attacks aren't just symbolic, they're systemic. And the man pulling the strings is turning the White House into a blacklist. Let that land for a second. While most celebrities post hashtags, De Niro's dropping essays at award shows. He's not asking for applause. He's asking for action. So ask yourself, do we keep watching the credits roll on democracy, or do we finally stand up and rewrite the ending?
We're in a very bad situation. I remember you and I about 5-6 years ago talking. I'm down at the Spring Studios, something about, I said, what just happened, just happened. No, it didn't happen. It's all about truth. And what we have here is a denial of truth all over the place. And even the speech that he made after is insane. It's just insane, and I'm very, very concerned about it. I think we all are. It's insane. So that's why I felt I had to do something, say something about it, to go on record.
No teleprompter, no prepared remarks, just a man who's fed up and done pretending he's not. De Niro didn't drop a quote. He unraveled. The repetition, the stumbles, that wasn't confusion. That was urgency. You can feel the weight in his voice. We're in a very bad situation. And not just because of Trump's behavior, but because of what we've allowed to pass for normal. It's not about politics anymore. It's about reality. And De Niro's not trying to win an argument. He's trying to stop a sequel. So, what did we just witness? Robert De Niro, the guy who once said more with a glare than most politicians say in a lifetime, just delivered a full-blown civic intervention. No popcorn, no plot armor, just facts. Brutal, unfiltered, De Niro-grade facts. And the target? A president still wandering around like he's on season 8 of The Apprentice, Democracy Edition. De Niro didn't hold back, not because he's angry, but because he's exhausted, like the rest of us. And let's be real, when the most grounded voice in the room is the guy from Taxi Driver, maybe it's time to reassess. But hey, if De Niro's speaking out, maybe the rest of us shouldn't stay silent either. So drop us a comment. Was De Niro too harsh? Or just getting warmed up? And if Trump gets a sequel, what genre is it? Horror, dark comedy, unskippable?